Hi everyone, it's Anne from Curious Moon Design. Please join me today where I'll be showing you how I've made cartridge paper and these old receipts into these lovely little booklets. Well, today I thought I'd do a bit of mark making, and I'm going to use things that you find around the house. Now, I'm going to try potato printing as well. I don't know if you remember from school days. I wouldn't obviously use potatoes that you can use as food, but these have gone a bit green and are soft, and they had lots of sprouting on them, so they're from the allotment. So firstly I'm just going to cut them in half so that they get a bit harder, because they're a bit soft at the moment, before I cut into them. There we are. They're a bit soft inside still, so I'll let them harden off before I start making a pattern on them. So I'll come back when they're ready. Well, my potatoes have dried out, so I'm just going to carve into them a nice shape to print with, and I'm using some tools I had for clay work. So you're working in the negative space, so what you take out won't be printed, and what you leave in will be. It's quite a rough way of printing, but it should make some nice shapes. And these wouldn't be permanent like if you use some lino to make some stamps, but it's quite fun. Right, that'll be one. And I'll just carry on and produce some more shapes on these, and then I'll come back. Okay, I've finished these funny little objects that took me back to my childhood. I've just done 3 circles there, little stripe. The other things I've got for mark making is this set of twigs, which I've just bound together with some string, and just some string that I can use. Basically anything, the end of a paintbrush. I've got this little bit of wood. I've got this funny thing which I think was part of a hair grooming kit. So I've got those bits ready. What I'm going to do first is put a bit of colour on here, and I'm just going to use some watercolour paints. I think I'm going to use the yellow, orange and red, and just water it right down and just give a little splash of colour, because I'm going to use black for my print or mark making. So when I've got some colour on there and I'm going to do the printing, I'll come back. Okay, here's my colourful collage. So now I'm going to do some mark making. I'm going to use my ink pad, but for my potato printing I'm going to use paint, because I don't think the ink will take to the potato. It might ruin my pad. I've already put some ink on this little and it's leaving just little round dots, so I might have to roll it a bit to make a bit more of a, but that's okay. So I'll do some of that, and then I've got this edge here that I'm just going to put some marks along. So you can see you can use absolutely anything. Right, I'll carry on with those dots and this one, and then I'll come back when I'm using the potatoes with the paint. Okay, well that's that part finished. You can see the lines I've made and dots. That's going to form one layer, and we'll go on to the next layer. Okay, now I've decided to put a layer of white stamp, so I'm using paint. And I've got this little stamp here, so just going to put half circles on some places. Of course, remember this is going to be cut up, so okay, that's that one. And then I've got this, which is a piece of decking wood. Just putting it over the areas where it will show up a bit better. And then I've got this, which is just some string that I've wrapped around a piece of plastic. So I'm going to hold it on the back there. See what I can do with this. Get some lovely marks here and there. Which will give it some depth. Right, now I'm going to go on to the black, and I've got my little twigs here, which I'm going to use first. Rather like this little brush with twigs. Use that again sometime. Now I'm going to try my potato prints. They've gone a little bit soft, so we'll see how they turn out. Ooh. And the other one. I'm rather rushing this, but you can see the quite a good stamp. Not going to be a permanent one I can keep, but nevertheless effective. So we'll, this one, not sure this will be much to write home about, but oh, not bad. So I'm going to leave it there and let it dry, and then I'll come back. Okay, that's dried out nicely. Really pleased with the patterns. So now I'm going to cut it into the notebook size so that I can make the little art books from them. But yes, quite happy with that. Okay, here they all are. I've put them together into a little booklet form, and I'm so pleased with them. They're so colourful. And again, you can still see the receipts faintly underneath, which is just what I wanted. I love all the printing that the potato prints bought, and all the other extra bits that I use. Little flecks from the brush that I had on this one. Now I haven't put labels on as I did the last lot I did, because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use them for yet. I may keep them for when I'm doing another journal, but you could use them as a card. I've just put a simple staple through. You could just put one sheet of paper in and have them as a little card for someone. Make up a nice envelope. So I hope you like those, and if you did, please come back and join me when I'll be doing some more crafting. Bye for now, everyone.